Frank Diaries. Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back. Another show. As you can see, man, this is not going to be a good one. I got my hood up. Hooks has got his hood up. You already know the North London Bottle Job's about to have a little therapy session together. It's not been a good week. It's not been a good week over these sides. What are you saying?
My not a good week and you're not a good week are two completely different weeks, bro.
Either way, we're both sat in the dark with our hoods up right now, trying to hide certain things. You know what I'm saying?
I got my hood up because I'm cold. I don't know why you got yours up, blood. You get it?
I got my hood up because my hairline looking brazy right now. That's why, yeah. Spurs have not trimless. That's what Spurs have got me. Trimless.
But you know, bro, is what it is, man. This a disappointing game week for me, but you get it. We move, you know. At least I didn't get punched up like you, man, innit? So it's silver lining somewhere, innit? You know what I mean? And
silver linings, that's what they're gonna do. We're not doing silver linings today, man. There's gonna be let's keep it real. Now let's keep it real because the one thing we're not gonna do today, Hooks, is try to do. Do you know we drew, but it's not that bad, and this, that, bro. This is the Fulham team you, man, cooked me for drawing against last week. Your B team, you know. This is your team that has burned Leno. Again, the keeper you fluffed off a few years ago, said he's dead, not good enough for our club. Alex Iwobi, academy boy, you said not good enough to play on our wing. ESR, we was told was not good enough to be your number 10. But they played. I
was told the same thing, bro. I've always been team ESR, bro. I didn't want him to go, so you can't cook me for that one.
Your team. This is what I said. Your club said they're not good enough.
No.
Your club said they wasn't good enough. So let's talk about it. We're gonna speak about Spurs after. We're gonna start with Arsenal this week, as you were the first game, rightly. So before we get into anything, though, people smashing the like button. Hooks' channel is in the description, not in the description, in the title. So make sure you go halftime Hooks over there. Was he on 2.2? Nearly on 2.3K. So head over to there, run him up. Let's get him to 2.3K today. And I think I'm on the road to 1K, as you can see. We're on like 600 and something. Let's just run that up. Make sure you smash the subscribe button to stay in tune with all the content that's got coming along. But Arsenal game, Hooks, you were confident for this one. You said you were going to win. You thought you might have blown them away. What happened?
No. I said a humble 2-0, you know.
2-0 is not really humble, but you know what I mean. That's clean sheet.
2-0 humble, man. You get it. So I thought and truth be told, we could have won 2-0. Like the amount of domination that we had in that game was insane. The mere fact that we only scored one goal, horrific. Like it's just garbage, to be honest. But I'm not one of them Arsenal fans that didn't see like any realms of possibility that Fulham could get a draw or a loss in it. I even said it on my own stream. So I wasn't disrespecting Fulham. I was more so we have to win this game in it. So obviously man's predicting the W because we have to win it. And because I think we have to win it, I'm assuming that we're gonna go and win it in it. And this was a very crucial part of the season. Big up Saeed, a very crucial part of the season for Arsenal winning. I would say this was probably the first, big up Roms, the first like crucial point of the season for Arsenal and for Chelsea, which is Liverpool isn't playing. If we can get the W, that means that we close the gap to 4 points on Liverpool. And that will put a whole heap of pressure onto Liverpool because, they got a game in hand, but game in hand
is not points on the board.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the 3 points aren't there yet, innit? And now, obviously, because Arsenal drew, a lot of Liverpool fans are now talking like the 3 points is guaranteed, but it's not. They could still draw that game. They could still lose that game. If they draw or lose that game, then cool. I'll look back at this game. We can be like, okay, cool. We kind of caught life, innit? So we needed to do the business, and you get it. Arsenal couldn't do what Chelsea did in it, and that's very worrying. Yeah, very, very worrying. Like I watched my team arguably dominate a 95-minute
the game. The ball was in their half. The game was literally in Fulham's half.
Bro, like I thought there was only one half of the pitch. Like I thought we was, when you go to the park with the man them and you're only playing one half of the pitch.
There's basketball one side of the pitch. The man were playing basketball them sides. You can't go there. You only got half, one goal.
Or there was other people playing with the other goal, so you couldn't use that side of the pitch. Like that's what I thought it was. And bro, I still now. I sit here now, and I'm in disbelief that we couldn't score more than one goal. Like, and you know what? Yeah, I just think it's time for a lot of Arsenal fans to just accept the reality that we've got just bare dead man in
Is that what they're doing now?
the
Arsenal
forward line.
squad isn't good enough. Is that what we're hearing? Because
You know, bro,
Hooks,
I've
you said
already,
you're a
but
striker away in the
I've called
summer.
out my squad before. I've called out players in my squad, bro. I've been saying Martinelli said. I've been saying
players, but you have said that you was a striker away from a quad, just a striker. You didn't say
Yeah,
there was any other
just a
players
striker.
missing.
Yeah, just a striker. So okay, I was incorrect. We're striker and a left winger away from the thing, because the left wing, bro, is dirty T. You know what I mean? There, bro, it's crazy.
Roadrunner, you got Roadrunner settings. Man's playing the game like this. Man's playing the game, yeah. Head down.
Bro, and he keeps on, but he keeps on doing. You see that thing that he loves to do, yeah, where he taps it between his feet, blood, like he's there jinking.
Yeah,
and I'm like, bro, do something different, bro. Do something different, bro. I don't understand, bro. Like, bro, what? Do you know what? Yeah, I'm a smart guy in it, but I'm not the smartest guy in the world in it. Yeah, but can someone explain to me why Martinelli just doesn't go? Oh, there's a defender there. The defender's looking at me. Yeah. Because the defender's looking at me, the defender's back is to the goal. I know. Why don't I just kick the ball and force the defender into a race? Why doesn't he do that? I don't understand. What's the point of being fast if you're never going to use your speed? What's the point? What's the point?
Bro, he's Brazilian, isn't it? So in the Brazilian way, he thinks he's got Joga Benito. He thinks he's got like a Trivela to his game, but he's not got that ability. And so Martinelli, we see, I think throughout the years of him progressing as a footballer, he's progressively got worse. He hasn't dumbed down his game enough. He's tried to complicate it more and more rather than just doing the basics. And that's what we're seeing with Arsenal's attack. I think Arsenal's attack right now, they're trying to do too much. It's similar to when I watch Tottenham. I can't lie. Sometimes when I watch Tottenham, I feel like, especially against low blocks, trying to do too much, trying to do too intricate passes, trying to do 6 or 7 passes in the box to find the point where they're on the 6-yard box and it's just a tap in. They're trying to make it too easy. They're trying to find the easy goal rather than someone just stepping up. Odegaard especially, I look at him and I'm just like, shoot, bro. Shoot, Ross it. Have your chance. Take...
But do you know what's mad, yeah? Do you know what's mad about Martinelli, yeah? Whenever you think back on Martinelli, yeah, and you go, okay, when are the moments where Martinelli's been cold? Like the most memorable moments of Martinelli, yeah? But it's always on transition through the middle. Always through transition through the middle. But now, by the way, wide, on the wing. So far on the wing, there is no more wing left to be won, bro. Like wing, like some Arsenal fried chicken business. Wing on the wing, bro. Like he's not good there, bro. He's not good, bro. Like do you know what? Yeah, the system has killed him. It's not even that the system's killing him. The system has Martinelli has been RIP'd, yeah, by Arteta. So Arteta has to take the blame for RIP and Martinelli. But Martinelli has to take the blame for being as dead as he is. Bro, that's what Martinelli takes the blame for. I don't care what anybody says, yeah? If you're a baller, it don't matter what anybody's telling you, bro. Like, you have your own sense of pride. Like, you want to prove things yourself, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
Get me, Bungle, this manager's telling me to do X, Y, Z. Bro, I got my own brain. And in this scenario, in this situation, I think it will be better for me to do this. I'm going to try it. Bro, it's like people in the Arsenal team, they don't try to do things outside of the system. They don't, like, there's no idea that comes into their head and they go, oh, let me try that. Like, there's no let me try
initiative,
that, bro.
Innit? I feel like, because the one thing that Arteta has been very smart in building this squad is he signed a lot of young players throughout building the squad. A lot of players that are going to be impressionable, that are going to, when he brings them in, he can be the big man. He's going to be, this is me, this is what I want, you're going to do it my way. And he's sort of shown that when he pushed out Lacazette, pushed out Aubameyang, pushed out the guys, the bigger characters that are going to create those potential problems in pushing back. So now you've got a bunch of players that just a yes man to the manager, trying to adapt to the way that he wants. But I can't even lie. I do think that at times you need a lot of players like that, but then you need the one or two mavericks in the team that are going to, shy away from what the manager wants and ultimately just be able to get you through in these games. But when I'm looking at this one, you tell me. I don't know whether, because I was just on the show with Lee, and obviously he puts a lot of this blame toward you. You've done streams with Lee. He points a lot of this at the manager and the manager thought, the manager's set up and so on. Do you look at this game and say, the manager set us up in the wrong way to win? Or because the way I look at it is Arsenal dominated a lot of the ball. What you needed in this game was individual brilliance to carry you through it. Ultimately, there was no individual brilliance in that final third. Do you blame the players or do you blame Arteta?
It's a bit of both, right?
Of course, always. But where are you leaning more towards for this game in particular? For
this game in particular, I lean more to the manager, innit? For this game in particular. And the reason why I lean more to the manager, is because obviously before the game, I wasn't really thinking about this, And it's only afterwards when I saw somebody on Twitter post it. I can't remember who it was. Someone on Twitter posted it, and it just clicked in my head, and I was like, oh, damn. Because obviously I'm not thinking about these things week in, week out, but he actually disrupted, the combination that Timber, Saka, and Ødegaard have on the right-hand side to move Timber to left back.
To left-hand side to accommodate Partey.
Yeah. Not to put Partey right back, because this manager couldn't just go, let me dash Tierney or Miles Lewis-Skelly left back. So he sacrificed the combination on the right-hand side, because he couldn't...
You guys have bigged up Timber playing left back. You've bigged up the signing of Timber because he can cover both left-hand side and right-hand side.
No, Timber's wavy at left back. The problem isn't Timber going to left back. The problem isn't Timber being at left back in isolation. The problem is he's
a lot better in right back.
It's not even he's a lot better. He took away the link up between the Ødegaard, Saka, and him that was working so well on that right hand side. That was allowing us to kill teams on that right hand side. All he had to do was just go, you know what? Let me just dash Tierney there, or let me just dash Miles Lewis-Skelly there. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? One of them ones. He could have even gone, let me dash Kiwior there and maybe, I don't know, dash a Aiden Heaven in centre-back. Like, we may hold the L there, but the right-hand side will now be back at its finest. Do you know what I mean? And then all it takes is, cool, let's get a goal, get another goal, 2 goals ahead, cool, half-time, maybe I make some changes to switch it up and maybe then move Timber to the left-hand side. And then, do you get me? But he sacrificed our best combination that we've seen this season. He actually
I get it. And do you know, I'm gonna ask the chat. I want people in the chat. You tell me what you think, and we're gonna look at those and what you guys think, whether it's Arteta or the players in this game. But I generally think there's too much of a heavy reliance on the link up on the right hand side, because, like you pointed to, Ødegaard, Timber, Saka. Before it was Ødegaard, Saka, Ben White. I feel like it's just on the right hand side because Saka's there. He can combine well with the players that are gonna be with him. You're sort of just pushing everything that if the right-hand side of the game's not going to work, we don't really have much to offer creatively. Most of your chances come from down that right-hand side. When you switch the play onto the left-hand side, I feel like it's only effective when you have Trossard running behind. I think Trossard was missing on that left-hand side. At the end of the game, you needed someone more like Trossard than Martinelli.
But he was dead, man. Bro, no, Trossard was dead, bro. Every time he's getting the ball, I must take 7 to 8 touches before releasing it. Or I must dribble every time. Bro, it's so... Do you know what the actual problem... So, I agree. We are very lopsided. We've been lopsided for a while, isn't it? Like, our right-hand side...
season, 100%.
Yeah. Our right-hand side is always shining, and our left-hand side is, in comparison, very meaty, innit? But, see, that's now something that I put down to the manager and to Edu, innit? Because if we go back to the 22-23 season, the left-hand side was good. When Xhaka was there, the left-hand side was good. Like, we had Ødegaard doing his creative stuff on the right-hand side. We had Xhaka doing his creative / box crashing on the left-hand side. It was good because Xhaka's a good player. It's the one season where Xhaka was actually playing in his position. Because before that, for some reason, we was always playing Xhaka as a 6. He's not a 6. We moved him to the 8, left-hand side, killed it, Now, here's the problem, instead of Arteta going and Edu going, look, yeah, what Xhaka did was cold. We need to find something new now, though. But we're just chasing Xhaka's shadow. Like we're just trying to find somebody that can do what Xhaka did, and that's where the L is. We shouldn't be searching for Xhaka 2.0. Go and find something different. Do you know what I mean? Like find something different that works. And do you know what the thing is? Yeah, he to a degree kind of did it with Kai Havertz. Yeah, and now a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, Kai Havertz in the midfield is dead. Rah, whatever." I ain't got time for all that conversation. But the actual problem that actually arose was when Havertz got moved into the 9, yeah, it's like, and did as well as he did, it's like Arteta forgot why he originally signed Havertz. Like, he originally signed Havertz to play the kind of, I guess, left a shadow striker kind of role, crash the block box, which he was doing at Bayer Leverkusen, which made him so great in it. But because he did well in the 9, instead of going, okay, yeah, I need to eventually move him back to the position that I signed him for, we went and signed another 8. So in actuality, what we should have done is we should have signed a better 9, and then you could have had Havertz rotating with that 9, and then Havertz playing back in that 8. And then
that's a bigger conversation, though, isn't it, Hooks? Because like you've said, is the number 9 has been from the outside point of view anyway. Obviously, from Arsenal's internal stuff, they were internally, they're not looked at number 9. Edu and Arteta just haven't focused.
It's just incompetence. It's just incompetence, bro.
That's it.
But it's literally just incompetence, bro.
And you know what I will say? I think this goes to show a lot more. And I guess especially right now we're looking at it from probably a few years into it. I think letting a manager build your squad as much as you have let Arteta, the amount of control you've given him to build this squad has been detrimental for you over the years of actual squad building. Because at first it seemed really good. He's sort of getting rid of all the players that aren't performing, the likes of Aubameyang, the likes of Lacazette, the likes of Kolasinac, all these players that just weren't really good, that are just on contract, sort of hanging around. He got rid of them. But then when it started to actually build the squad and bringing these likes in, he's bringing in players like Zinchenko. He's bringing in players like Gabby Jesus.
I understand why. No, but I understand why so that bringing them in wasn't the wrong decision. So the reason why he brought them in is because obviously he's trying to implement the way he wants to play. And Zinchenko and Jesus have experience playing in a similar... This is shambolic, man. Slap the likes immediately. He needs people that are used to playing that type of way so the system can start being built, like, can start being used. So I understand why he signed Zinchenko and Jesus. That's not the problem. The problem is not identifying that you need to, okay, cool, we need to go up a level now. Like, it's something that, and this has happened at Arsenal long before Arteta got here, is all it really takes is for a player to have a good season and we don't even consider upgrading on them. That's all it takes. You just need to play good in, like, maybe 22 out of 38 games, play kind of all right in the rest.
Maybe that don't just happen at Arsenal. That happens in North London. This is a North London thing, bro. This is most definitely a North London thing. You know, have a good 6, 7, 8 games, and it's like, oh, we might need to give them a new contract. This might be new contract worthy. Like, and we tend to keep these players around for years and years until they've got 1 year left in their contract, and they go for pennies. And it's like, oh, we can't sell our players. No, we can't sell our players because they're kept around and they're not good enough. El Nene, I remember, is he finally gone, El Nene? Been there for about 9 years, bro. 9 years of just crazy. Contract.
We're too nice because El Nene was a nice guy, you know, God-fearing man, you know, good to have around the club because, you know, he does the right things, says the right things, behaves in the right way. We need them type of man. We need them type of man in the. But by the way, we're not trying to build a family. We're trying to build a club that can go on to win titles.
Trying to build a club that will win. And do you know what? That's one thing I think a lot, definitely on our side of our team, is just like, it needs to be more ruthlessness on that side, because we have owners that are so far away. We both got American owners, both owners that are so far away from the team. They generally don't care. They don't care about the, finding match winners, winning trophies, being there and actually having that feeling of something big is about to happen. I think we've both got owners that really aren't that interested in the investment of our clubs. You guys obviously feel like your owners have put money out there, but correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard that they've gone on board and saying that they really don't care that much about trophies.
It's like it's a quote that was taken way back. Them man's and this was, I think it was Stan that said it. This was way back. Issue. So the board is not culpable when it comes to spending money, because the board has spent money. Yeah. We've spent money. What the board is culpable of, is when the likes of Edu and Arteta have misspent the money, there's no punishment. Yeah. There's no punishment. So, which is why this new sporting director that comes into Arsenal, he has to be somebody that A, is experienced in his job, and B, goes, I'm the sporting director. Arteta, you're the manager, So you can suggest
me players, but don't.
But I'm running the shop when it comes, because I'm building, a future for the club. I'm not building a team for you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there has to be.
That's the thing.
Overarching.
He needs to have a boss. That's the thing. A sporting director and a football director of a team is supposed to be the manager's boss, essentially, because when they're building that team, they go to the sporting director, say, look, this is how we want to build the team. The sporting director agrees or disagrees, and they figure out together what position they want the club to go in. I feel like what's been wrong with Arsenal especially is Edu and Arteta, they done it together, but there was no Edu has decision making. He doesn't, tell Arteta, this is the way the club's going to go. It's, we figure out together. And to be honest, it seems like Arteta had more power than Edu at the end. I mean, Edu's the one that left. So we're obviously seeing the fallout from that side of things. But let me just go to the chat real quick. Big up to Yasir, tuned in. Yeah, I do remember you. Chelsea had your win this weekend. You done your thing. We're going to get onto that game real soon. Don't worry about that. We ain't hiding. Just had a 2-hour cooking from midday live, so got to bear with me on that one, man. When are Arsenal going to go on a winning run, Devesh? Are they going to go on a winning run, Hooks? Or do you think that right now you just want to take it game by game, do the professional thing? Is that what you're looking for?
We have to build up a run of wins. And when I say a run of wins, I mean double digit. Like we shouldn't have and couldn't have drop points in this game, but we did. So now we just need to the count has been reset. We have to go on a winning run.
Now, I don't know if you guys heard the stat, but if Liverpool continue to go on the run of form that they've started this season with, which is still very unlikely, but let's just, if they do, hypothetical, Arsenal need to win the remaining 22 games?
I think 22 games you have to win.
22 games in order to win the league. So pretty much all down by now is Arsenal is out of this title race. If Liverpool can maintain where they're at. If Arsenal drop points in another game, you might as well say it's all done by them. But big up to Jamie Phillips, Liverpool fans in the building. Blacker, my bros, big up to you. Man, we need to smash up the like button though, people. I don't know what the likes are on, but he said we was on 19, which is crazy. We need to get this video to 50 likes before we finish. We're halfway through. Still got some more chat to go on Arsenal, and the Tottenham's is to come the way. So make sure you run up the likes on that side of things. Skills, big up to you as well. Always inside. And then what's going on? Yeah, I don't think his talent ID is good. Hotspur, I think Arteta's talent ID is very questionable. And no, Benny, you are definitely right. North London is perfect. North London right now is is really not a good
No,
place to be.
no. North London
Yes.
is not. But no.
Yes,
One
North London
side
is
of
not
North
great.
London is pathetic. But stop trying to drag me down.
What are
with
you? What are you, bro? What are you, man?
Bro,
What are you?
by the
man?
way,
Are you winning anything? Are you
don't
winning
make me
anything
do
this year?
this. Don't make me do this. Don't make me do this, yeah. Because I
Let's
saw
do it.
the smoke that you was getting earlier on, and I didn't want to put more smoke on you in it. But you're chatting rubbish, yeah. So I just need to remind you, blood, yeah. Bro, you're 11th. Have some fucking shame.
Where are you? Where are you?
Bro?
Where are you?
I have to scroll down the table to see you, bro.
All right.
I have to scroll. Man, see me as soon as they open up the table. Man,
and
see
where
me,
are
bro.
you?
I'm third.
You're
I'm
third.
third.
Okay, you're third.
I'm
What
third.
was
Man,
your
see
aim
me
at the start of the
immediately.
season? What was
Click
your
on
aim
the
at the start of the season?
Click on the app. Click on the
What
app.
was your aim at the start of the
They
season?
see me, bro.
What was your aim at the start? You said you was winning quad hooks. We're not
Bro.
doing this. Hooks, you said you was winning quad. I said I was finishing top five. You said you were finishing quad.
George, tell me.
How close are you to that?
Tell me any team in the history of football that won the league at game week 15.
Guys, are you hearing this? He's trying to run it back. Who won it in game week 15? But you said you're not winning it no more. You've gone out there. No, this is
I said it's highly unlikely. I said
all right. You said it's highly unlikely you're going to win it.
But we could still win it.
You also said you've turned on this manager, so you no longer believe in this manager. No,
but mathematically, we can still win it. Can we not?
Well, you no longer believe in this manager.
But mathematically, we can win it. No,
I'm asking for your opinion, not mathematics.
No, but you're talking like I can't win it.
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible. What do you mean can't? It's not impossible.
You're not going to.
Maybe you can
Arsenal
say. Maybe you can say we're not going to. Maybe you can say that.
Arsenal showed
but you can't say it's impossible.
Just why
I can say it's impossible for you to win the league.
Don't you think Arsenal showed this weekend just why you won't win the league? Arsenal, time and time again, when the pressure gets very hot and the pressure's on Arsenal that if you win this game, you're going to take that top spot. If you win this game, you're going to go ahead. If you win this game, whenever it's a must-win game for Arsenal, you guys bottle it. You crumble under pressure. And whether that is, I'm not saying that as a club, because as a club, you won things. But I'm talking about this team in particular, this Arteta squad is bottlers. We can't shy away from that.
We dropped points in a game that we shouldn't have dropped points. I can agree. A time where the pressure was kind of on us and we had to go and do something. We didn't do something.
Are you now not going to look back and see these past 2 seasons? Fulham's the reason why you haven't won the league 2 seasons row. We've had similar results
that cost us the season last season, this season. That's already happened. But the season is not over. The season is not over because this is the thing. Yeah. Do you know what the difference is? Do you know what the difference is? Those last 2 seasons, we was up against Man City. So now, if it was Man City that was in Liverpool's position right now, I'd be like, the league's done. I'd be like, the league's over. Because it's Man City, right? And Man City, you get me? They done did this thing how many times? Liverpool ain't done did this thing. The only time Liverpool have won the league as of recent, is when they weren't in a title.
They ran off. We know.
When they weren't being challenged for the title. I don't know what this Liverpool team's gonna do when it comes to pressure of teams being in and around them. I don't know what's gonna happen when they have to go into a game week and they have to win. I don't know what's gonna happen when they're playing Chelsea again and if they win that game, they go clear. But if they lose it,
they got Chelsea 3 games before the end of the season. That means you guys need to
they've got us 2 games before the end of the season. We're going to Anfield.
So you're gonna stay 6. But again, all right, that's cool.
Do you know what I mean?
And I would understand if those games were 10 games before, but because they're so late in the season, if we're looking at the table right now, let's be honest now, they can win the title before it even gets to even both of those games. We do know that, right? They can win the title before it gets to both.
No, they can't. No, they can't. Not if Chelsea continue going the way they're going. No, they can't.
No, so Chelsea are 4 points off them, but if they win the game in hand, because this one I'm going off, they win yeah, I know, but obviously by the time those games are played, the game in hand would have been played. So let's just say they've won
the game in hand probably won't get played until February,
March. But by the time Arsenal and Liverpool and United and Chelsea all play, that's all in April, all in May. So my point
I can say Arsenal could have gone on a 10-game win, and then they're 2 points behind Liverpool in February.
Okay, but this is my point here: is you
Like,
guys
there's
have
fair-
to, that's my point here. Is though, Hooks, for you guys even to get yourselves in the position where Liverpool could potentially slip up in these last 3 or 4 games, you need to do it yourself for 10 to 11 games in a row. We saw Arsenal do it last year. I know that little Dubai trip rejuvenated the team, but there is no Dubai right now. Unless you might go Dubai real soon, which there's no breaks. You can't go Dubai for the next 2-3 months.
Do you know what the thing is? Do you know what the thing is? Yeah. Like, this is why I'm trying to stay as balanced as possible. Because don't get me wrong, I'm vexed, yeah. But don't be fooled by any stretch. We're winning our next game. Like Everton at the Emirates, we're winning that game.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Now we win that game. Let's just say Fulham go to Liverpool and cause an upset. They draw. Then now I'm looking at this game and I'm like, raw. Why did so many people hype up to me?
Bro, that's what they were doing to me. You can't do that. You cooked me. I remember we done that show on a Tuesday, where in the morning we were doing the Premier League prediction show with the villagers. Hooks' show, if you want to see that, go there. And we were talking about the Fulham result, and you said, bro, you man couldn't beat Fulham. You couldn't beat our B team. You are the Hale End boys. They done it again. You're doing all of this, so now you can't be your own Hale End boys. Have some shame, bro. Your team should have won that game.
Bro, I wanted to win, bro. I'm vexed. But what I'm saying is, I'm talking in terms of the title race.
All right.
I'm talking in terms of the title race, because if we go next weekend and we beat Everton, when we beat Everton, if Liverpool drop points to Fulham, now it's like I'm looking at like, raw, all this smoke that I received doesn't mean anything, because Chelsea will probably be 1 point behind them and we'll be 4 points behind them. God forbid they lose. If they draw, Chelsea will be 2 points behind them. If they lose, Chelsea will be 1 point behind them. We'll be 3. And then I'm thinking, why did all these men chat to me the way that they've been chatting to me?
But then, are you not gonna look at it like, all right, now Chelsea's the front runners. Now Chelsea are smelling blood. You've got to
Chelsea. Like, if you look at their fixtures right now,
they got easy run of games.
They got easy run of games. But this is the thing. With Chelsea, there could always just be that game that we never expect them to lose, that they just lose because they've got young players. That can happen.
All right, do you know, I would love to sit here and agree with you on that. But I feel like at this point, because I've watched your videos, you said you were right about Chelsea because you think they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I think at this point, we've seen enough from the Chelsea team to understand that, for one, they've obviously got the better squad in the league, one of the best squads in the league, with regards to not quality, but the availability of having so many players available. Like, they're clear of everyone else. Away from that, so that covers injuries. Like, if they get injuries, I'm looking at Like, Chelsea are going to be all right for injuries, unless it's back line.
It depends where, because
centre backs, it'll be a problem. Anywhere else, I generally think they can cover.
I don't know, because like, if Caicedo gets injured, it's peak.
Yeah, but then
if Palmer gets injured, it's peak.
I still think they've got other players out there. Maybe not in the bigger games, but in the smaller games, they're gonna get through those games because João Felix, because Lavia, like, they've got players to come in.
Yeah, but they're like, so in regards to like Nkunku and
Felix,
they're not players. They're not first team players for the Premier League. They're first team players for the Carabao Cup, what they are now, the FA Cup, and the Conference League, innit? So why it's a problem is because, let's just say, and obviously I don't wish injury upon anyone, but I'm just giving examples of 2 players that I think it would be peak for them if they ever lost them. Can you then play Nkunku and Felix for first team for the Prem, the FA Cup, and the Conference League for a prolonged period of time and get the same level of output? Because then now you have to rotate with players lower down in the pecking order, which is peak. And then that's when Chelsea start facing problems. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it's like, look, the one benefit that Chelsea have, well, not one of the benefits that Chelsea have right now at the moment is that if they really wanted to, they could play a completely different 11 in the FA Cup and the Conference League.
They literally do that in Conference League, bro. They do 11 in the Premier League, and then on the thing they do a different 11. It's crazy. 8-9 changes.
But if players start dropping like flies, then it becomes a massive problem for Chelsea, and then we see how they deal with that. Them, do you know what I mean? But look, I predicted before they signed Sancho, I predicted them to finish third. I still think they will finish third. The only world that I see them finishing higher than third is if both Arsenal and Chelsea leapfrog Liverpool. But that would require Liverpool to drop off a cliff, which is possible. It is possible. So, and who knows? Like, Man City are probably going into the January window, and Pep's gonna get all the presents that he wants for Christmas. Yeah, and then they'll come back do a mad thing. Do you know what I mean? So
Santa's only gonna see their wish list, bro. Trust me.
Oh, you get it. You know what I mean? Like, so then it becomes that, like, then for me as an Arsenal fan, it becomes so all these questions that you're asking me now, and or the chat asks me sometimes when I'm streaming, and all these other streamers ask me, these questions are better to ask me at the end of the January transfer window.
100%, but that's for all of us, isn't it? A lot of us can evaluate our team a lot better at the end of January because we've already played a lot of those games between then and plus the improvements. If
the reason why I say no, but it's different for Arsenal. Do you know why? Because there's clear upgrades that are needed in the first 11.
There's clear upgrades for a lot of teams in the first.
No. But okay, all due respect, there's no amount of upgrades that you could get in your team in January that will take you from 11th to winning the league.
Maybe not to win in the league, but could definitely propel us into that top 4 challenge quite easily.
Yeah, exactly. So it's different. But it's different.
If it was a few weeks, if we made the right signings in the summer, it would be a different conversation. I don't think.
But you didn't. If we made right signings in the summer, then we'd be first. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I had wings, I'd be a bird. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
you're doing the hypothetical. I'm just building on from it. That's what I'm trying to say.
But I'm saying Arsenal can make clear upgrades in January that will take them on to win the league. So if we don't go and make those clear upgrades, then obviously my assessment of the season or the remainder of the season is going to be different.
I think that's it's understandable, but that generally is a lot of clubs. No one really knows where their team's going to be up until after this January window, and I think also one of the things we know is how ambitious the team's going to be in the January window, because we don't know how ambitious our owners are going to be especially off the back of Arsenal's summer transfer window. I think people still aren't considering that PSR is a massive thing, and that's why people aren't spending that much in January because of PSR. So it's one of those ones where
PSR thing is a myth, man. I can't lie. I think it's a myth, man, because this PSR, it doesn't stop Chelsea from.
It doesn't stop Chelsea, but Chelsea is selling so many players. Unlike let's be real, bro. I look at Arsenal. You man can't sell anyone. When you do eventually get rid of players, it's the young players like Nketiah and Iwobi and ESR that are making you money. Like, apart from your academy product players, the players you sign aren't making you any money. Same for Spurs. So I mean, Chelsea are just I don't even know what to say. They're a cheat code when it comes to PSR and money. Sustainability and all that, because they're always going to sell players. They're always going to find ways. Look, as Spark says it here, selling hotels, bro. They're a little cheat code when it comes to. They're always going to find a way out of it. But talking on Chelsea, we spent a little time on them. Let's bring it to the Spurs game. I know you've been waiting to have your say. Finally, get some cooking. You wanted us to win. Unfortunately, we couldn't. Typical Spurs fashion. Spursy way. Give up the 2-0 lead, and we imploded. I guess it's fair to say we imploded yesterday. I will acknowledge before I say anything, and Chelsea fans get on my head, Chelsea played better than us. Chelsea played a good game. I wouldn't say by far. I would say that because we got... The way that I look at this game is we went 2-0 up really early. I said it, if we got the 2 early goals, it would boost the team. But getting 2 goals real early, it then allowed us to drop off and change our game plan a bit. What I didn't see from the team is the actual team itself changing their game plan and all matching up. So as we saw, a lot of the first half, midfield was bypassed. Chelsea sort of counteracted that.
Second half as well, bro.
I'd say the second half they played good football. The first half they didn't play good football. The first half was very back and forth. The first half was just transition, sort of who's making a mistake first. I don't think Chelsea dominated and played that good in the first half. We look at that first half of football. Tottenham had more chances than Chelsea. We created the better chances.
I don't care about this more chances thing, bro. Chelsea had you man in a headlock from minute 1 all the way.
But they didn't. That's not true though. Our press was killing them in that first 20 minutes.
Their press was killing you, bro. Like, bro,
Our press was killing them in the first 20 minutes.
Bro, have some shame. There's no way you look at that game and you chat about anything positive, bro.
I was getting around to, and I started off with, I said we imploded. We imploded. We imploded. Spurs lost that game ourselves. Chelsea never played better than us to beat us. We lost the game ourselves. My point here is that.
Oh my God, bro. Have some shame. These man fist you up, blood. I'm sitting there watching the game, yeah, and I'm like to the chat, wait, but Tottenham are 2 goals up. Like, how are they getting spliffed like this, bro? You man were 2 goals up, and Chelsea looked threatening every single time they had the ball. Whenever you man had the ball, boy, sweeping it up, winning it back, bro. These man were playing, bro. They were slicing through your midfield like a hot knife through butter.
That was the problem, though. There was no midfield. So they wasn't slicing through anything. If you actually watched it, we pressed 2. Again, our press was killing them. That's why we scored the first 2 goals. It's off the back of the press. We're catching them out. Cucurella slipped. Yes,
that's why you scored.
But our press was killing them, because when he did slip, you have to have the players to capitalize. If you're not pressing high off the back of a player slipping, you're not going to be able to win that ball. So again, we won the ball really quick off that press, and then after we scored that second goal, we carried on to push Kulusevski and Sarr up and leave Basuma in the gap all by himself, and that was killing us. They were literally like you said,
I've told you before, right? I've told you. Repeat what you just said.
What? Lavia played the ball for the middle.
You kept on pushing who forward?
Sarr and Kulusevski.
And you kept on leaving who by themselves?
But that's what I was getting around to. I told you
that is your manager, bro. This is why I keep on telling you this guy's a fraud. This is why I keep on telling you this guy's a dead manager. This is why I keep on telling you, you man need to sack this brother with the swiftest fashion, bro. Because it's exactly the same thing that happened against Brighton. Exact same thing that's happened against Brighton.
The difference is in Brighton. Brighton was a second half performance. Brighton was a poor second half performance. I look at the manager and say he should have made some adjustments in that game earlier in that second half. But with the Chelsea game, I feel like it's fair to say we didn't have anything off the bench. Basuma is not a 6. I've established this many times on my channel, on everywhere I've been as my thought. He's not a 6. He's not a good player. He should be playing him.
Why are you managing player?
He has to play because we have no other options. Archie Gray.
No, you can play in a double pivot. You don't need to play with a solo 6.
Bentancur is our preferred number 6. We do not play with a double pivot. Because the way that we play with the high press, it doesn't suit a double pivot. It doesn't suit a double pivot.
Okay.
And now, so if you want to look at the manager changing the whole system, that's another question. That's another system.
But this is the thing, no adapting. If you know, if you and I know, yeah, and we have no badges. Well, I assume you have no badge. I definitely have no badges, yeah.
I do have a badge. Don't try me.
You have a badge?
Go get that certificate out. I got my badge at 16.
Okay, you got a badge. All right,
cool. Having my badge.
All right, cool. You have a badge. That's fine. Well, one day I might shout you because I'm thinking about doing my badges one day. But you have a badge, so cool. Yeah, we know that Basuma can't play solo 6.
Yeah,
we know this. We both know this. Yeah, so I don't know what you would do, but what I would do is like, okay, I don't have a solo 6. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play a double pivot of Sarr and Basuma.
I get what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing.
Players. They're both strong. They're both physical. They're both good on the ball. They're both good athletic. And sometimes maybe Basuma will play a bit.
But don't you think it's fair to say that even if we done that, Hooks, even if we done that, my point here is, look what Basuma done yesterday. Basuma's a crook, bro. This guy is a road runner, Tasmanian devil midfield. Man's just running around trying to eat up anyone, trying to tackle them. There's amount of times he's had about 4 red cards for Spurs. And every time he puts out an apology saying, sorry guys, it's my fault. I should have done better. And last night he done the same shit. Fuck your apology. I don't give a fuck. I'll be real. Basuma Go do up your drip shopping and them things. Don't come back on the pitch. You're not good enough. That is the thing with him.
Sorry,
the same thing. I rate Sarr. Really good player. Off the ball, puts in some great work. But we saw again yesterday. I'm sure you noticed every time that Chelsea was making mistakes, and even when Sanchez lost the ball, we're winning it high up the pitch, but then Pap Sarr's making the wrong decisions on the ball or losing the ball on the ball. On the ball, Pap Sarr's not good enough for me to play in that 8 role. He gets around the pitch well, but cannot start. The problem with Tottenham right now is, and one thing I probably dismissed in the summer, I 100% admit I was wrong here. I dismissed it in the summer. I thought a midfield would be able to get through this season. I thought our midfield was good enough. I've always acknowledged that we needed another midfielder, but I thought we had enough cover. I think it's fair to say we don't. The midfield we have isn't good enough, and we haven't got enough players of different profiles to play the Ange system.
Do you know what? Why didn't you just play Archie Gray in the solo 6? He could have done it.
I've asked that question myself. I've been asking myself that question time and time again. And the only
isn't that his actual natural position? I swear
it is. But Hooks, I'll be real. The only conclusion I can come to is Ange doesn't think he's ready, and he doesn't think he's ready because he's physically not there. That's the only thing I can come to. I can't give you any other answer apart from that because I've seen Archie Gray
ready to play right back and centre back,
bro.
Arguably,
I don't get the logic. I don't get the logic. I can't sit here and explain for Ange the logic behind it.
Can you just
my manager is not at fault for this loss. I don't think my manager is at fault for this loss. I think that it's the players, and as a top, you've said continuously, you have certain players in your team that have brought your club down. There's certain players in my team that have continuously been around for these losses, been around for us bottling it, been around for us being Spursy, and I need to see new players.
All right, let it land here. Let this land here, because this is deep. Yeah, this is deep. Let it land here. I could bet, all my future earnings on this year. If Antonio Conte had this exact same scenario, this team right now, he beats Chelsea at home. He wins that game.
I don't think that's true, and I think I've watched Antonio Conte. Although it was a much worse Spurs team, I'm not gonna lie, but Antonio Conte. We weren't streaming them, but I was streaming and I was Conte in all the way up until the end. I'll be real. I got the message of Conte. And again, that was one of the points where this is why you've seen me back my manager and back Ange in particular, because the problem is above board. The problem is when you look at the players we have, when you look at the managers not being provided the ingredients to cook, they literally got nothing in. There's nothing there to make you think that we should be doing better. I'm seeing Tottenham fans at me and say, I'm done, it's Ange out, I've had enough. We need to be doing better. What? How could you be doing better with these players? How could you be doing better with this lineup?
That lineup is not so bad that you should be losing 4-3. Especially,
but we ended the game with a completely different lineup because how many?
I don't care about all that. Even the lineup you ended with is not. It's not a team that you should.
Archie Gray at centre back, Dragusin at centre back. We had Timo Werner out on the right. Bergvall in the midfield. Bergvall was playing 6 at the end. He was playing the 6 at the end.
You say all this, but I've seen Crystal Palace take points off of Chelsea. Oh, I'm pretty sure they was away as well.
Crystal Palace was at home that game.
So, bro, like, I don't care what. Yes, we know that you have some players that are very undesirable. We know you have a lot of the undesirable players, but I'm talking about as a let's accept that they're all playing at the highest level of the game, so they have some level of quality. Yeah, there's no way you can be saying to me that team that was out there for those first 45 minutes and then the second 45 minutes should be losing that game. Look. Like, it's not even losing the game in the manner that they did. This is why you have to look at the manager. This is why.
I look at Ange and I just generally don't think this is Ange's fault. I think I'm going to keep taking the deflection away from it. I'm going to keep saying that it's not Ange, man. I don't think it is Ange. He's culpable, and I've maintained that Ange has to get criticism throughout this time. There's no way that a manager will not be criticized for these performances. And he should be tactically in the game adapting more. He needs to adapt the tactics more. He needs to show more flexibility.
But he's not going to. And this is why
you're saying he's not going to if he doesn't have the players to do it. No, that's my point here. You can't do it if you don't even have the options to do it.
He'll never do it. He would never.
I'm
ever
looking around and I'm seeing the likes of Archie Gray and Bergvall. My only options is midfield on the bench. What do you want him to do?
It doesn't matter who his options are. It doesn't
When you have Bentancur off the bench or you have Bissouma, two different profiles, you can change the game,
bro.
But we don't.
I guarantee you, bro. You could handpick, any amount of players you want from world football and put them on your bench. I guarantee you, he never changes the system. He just changes the players that are playing in the positions, bro.
We'll have to see. I do agree that I do agree with you.
He's the guy that said it's who we are, mate.
I do agree to a degree that some of the substitutions I've said, I'm the one that's come out there and said that in my match reactions. He's just doing like for like substitutions. There's not enough, but Ange is the man to take us forward. I'm gonna double down on it and tell you now. I am Ange in. I want Ange to take this team forward, and I think Ange will eventually take this team forward. Just right now, things aren't good at Spurs, and it's not all down to Ange. It's a lot of things, players, the board, and Ange is definitely at fault for some of these things. But ultimately, I'm not looking at Ange as being the main reason why, man. I generally just don't think that you can sit here and look at our manager and say, this is the guy causing us all the problems. We're playing good football. We went 2-0 up, for God's sake. At 2-0, you need players, like you said, own initiative. You need certain players to be doing things that they should be doing on the pitch without the manager telling them, and they're not doing that. Look at the third goal. Was it the third goal? The Enzo goal. We had 3 players that couldn't stop Cole Palmer down the right-hand side, and then it takes a deflection, and Porro's just sitting there doing a half-fast block, and Enzo puts it in the corner. Like, this is all individual errors. Without the individual errors, we win yesterday. 2 penalties. Without the 2 penalties, the game's a completely different game. We still took it to them at the end. We still could have scored a few chances in the last 10 minutes. I look at this team and I say, Ange set us up the right way to attack. Defensively, there's definitely some issues there, and set pieces we need to improve. Potentially bringing a set piece coach, try and be a bit more like Arsenal in that sense. But I'm for Ange, man. I'm for Ange. We do have a comment here though from Adieri Kangumba. Hi, Big Hooks. How are you? Brentford versus Newcastle United. Eddie Howe should be sacked from Newcastle United now, and Erdin Terzic should be appointed as the manager of Newcastle. What do you think of that?
I just need you to understand, I've seen this same message, like 4 or 5 times, 6, maybe 7, 8 times, because I promise you, just pay attention, you will get sent the same structure of chat from this person. I promise you. I guarantee you the next time you go live, if this person's here, you will see the same question. Or you will see a similar question. But it will be written in the exact same way.
The exact same form, just like copy and pasted, the names coming out.
Oh, I promise you, bro. Bro, just pay attention, bro. I have to, like, the dedication is crazy, but I promise you, you're gonna see it, bro. You're gonna see it, bro.
Oh, don't kill me, man. Big up Adieri, innit? Finally, someone holds him to account. All right, that's crazy, Sparks. I can't believe it. I'm gonna have a chat with Staffy about that one. If he actually still says that, I know you've said it last year, but there's no way he's still saying that. That's crazy. Why still pushing for a third? I feel like Tottenham played a way that we're always going to want to go for goals. I do think that it can be a problem sometimes, but defensively we aren't good. So if we go into a low block, we will definitely concede. But I do hear you. I do hear you. Kieran, brother George, Ange ain't taking us anywhere. The main reason is Levy, but Ange isn't doing his job correctly. Hooks, tell him. I hear you, Kieran, man. I do hear you. I think Ange can make some adjustments, but ultimately, I do look above board at the problem.
Kieran, man, I've been trying to tell him, bro. He won't listen to me, blood. He won't listen to, bro. I've been trying to, bro. I don't think you understand how many times I've told him that your manager is the joke, man. Oh, it's your manager, bro. It's your manager, bro. I guarantee you.
How many managers are we going to sack with the same problem? I've had 18 managers under this ownership. I'm not going to sit here and keep blaming the manager, because if we gave Conte the right tools, he probably would have got a better tune out of this squad as well. Gave Jones the right tools, but we don't give any of the managers the right tools to do the job. So I'm gonna get behind the one manager that I think can actually do the job good with the right
Conte
tools.
got
I
you
think
in
he
Champions
plays
League, you know.
well, I think with the right tools, with the best players, and makes a great team. Just needs
Conte
good
got you.
players.
Conte got you into the Champions League with the wrong tools. Remember that.
Yeah. And then the next season, we performed horrifically with those same tools because he, just like what you said about your club, they looked good for 6 months. Eric Dyer and Hugo Lloris looked good for 6 months. What happened after that? They went back to their same old shit selves, and it caused Conte his job.
If Conte had the players that you have now,
He showed belief in Eric
if
Dyer.
Conte had Romero and Van der Ven as his centre backs, I guarantee you, I guarantee
He wouldn't even sign Van der Ven. Van der Ven's not his type of centre. He plays.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter who he would sign. I'm just saying if he had the better quality, then he'd be different, bro.
Maybe so. It's obviously a conversation for another day. I know his team's top of the league right now in Serie A. So shout out to him. I like Conte. I'm not a Conte. I was Conte in right until he started saying some mad things about my club, like the history of the Tottenham. But apart from that was my guy. That was my guy. But big up to everyone inside. We still got 98 people in the building. Big up to everyone that has been tuned in. I'm not sure what likes we are on, but the aim was 50. So if you haven't smashed a like, smash the fucking like right now. Show some love. It doesn't take a second, just a minute of your time. Smash that like button. Whilst you're down there, make sure you tap subscribe to the channel. More content coming. Rival crashings at 8:30 tonight. That is the next show we will be having. And then as well as that, tomorrow, boardroom talks, Spurs panel, big one incoming. So make sure you're there for that. Big up the boy Hooks. His channel is in the name of the video. So if you want to see more of Hooks, make sure you tap the name of his video, go subscribe to his channel and head over there. And then apart from that, yeah, man, it's been a good show. We got to head out. We got another stream. Head over to Never a Foul. We'll be over there. Peace.